Plan on hunting for fossils in the state of Florida like we do at I Hunt Dead Things? Well, there's something important that you need to know. You may need a fossil hunting permit before you begin hunting. A couple of questions before we get started. Will you be hunting on private property only? If so, you may not need to apply for this permit. If the answer is no, you're going to need a permit. Will you be hunting for shark's teeth only? Keep in mind, you could be looking for shark's teeth and run across a mammoth tooth instead. Would you just leave it there? If you're only collecting shark's teeth, you don't need a fossil permit. But if you pick up that mammoth tooth, you're going to need a permit. So for most of us, we'll want to apply and follow reporting procedures so that we can renew each subsequent year. How much does it cost? Well, at the time of this video, just $5. Now, before we get into the how and why, let me tell you a personal story of a time when I did not correctly follow the permit procedures. I had decided to start a YouTube channel highlighting my fossil hunting hobby. I Hunt Dead Things. I released my first video on finding a large megalodon tooth on a dive, and shortly after, I released a video of a mammoth leg bone I had found a year before. A few days later, I was at home, chilling with my family, when FWC showed up at my house. I was surprised to find they were there for me. I invited him in, and he said he was there about a leg.
I understand you have a leg or something.
At first, I wasn't connecting the dots, but I realized he was talking about the mammoth leg. I showed him the leg, and he let me know what the problem was. He said,
"The problem is you don't have an active permit."
So I showed him the timestamp from the original footage that showed I found it when I had an active permit. He took down the dates, went back outside to make a call. He came back in with more information. Although I had an active permit, I had not reported my find at the expiration of the permit as the permit requires. For that reason, the leg technically belonged to the state. But he was told to let me keep the leg, but require I renew my license and report the find appropriately. Obviously, I was very happy to keep one of my favorite finds of the time. But now let's focus on what you need to do to avoid getting yourself in trouble. We'll start with getting your fossil permit. You can visit the website listed in the video description, download and fill out the form, and send it in. Once you get your permit in the mail, you're good to hunt. But that's not where your responsibility ends. You'll need to record your vertebrate finds along with the approximate location so that you can submit that information to the program of vertebrate paleontology when you go to renew the following year. Why do you need to report your finds? Well, this large collection of data over time helps the program understand what animals existed in what areas of Florida in the past. Now, technically, you don't own these fossils. That's always part of the permit process that makes people uneasy or even angry. But it isn't how it sounds. See, you don't own these fossils until 6 weeks after you have reported them and have not been contacted about the fossils. At that point, the ownership of the fossils is transferred from the state to you. Wait, so the state can take my fossils? Well, technically yes, but do they? The most prevalent fossil hunters will tell you that they have never had anything claimed by the state, but instead have had just a few requests over their lifetime to donate items to the Florida Museum of Natural History. In summary, grab your permits so that you can contribute data to the history of Florida instead of having FWC making visits to your house with the full authority to take away your mammoth leg. And of course, if you haven't already, subscribe to I Hunt Dead Things.